Good morning, my lovers. Right, it's New Year's Day, so Happy New Year. If you didn't already see me do that, I thought I'd come out. It was pouring with rain this morning, but it's just stopped, and it looks like the sun's going to come out. Right, my first target was a nail. My second target looks really good, possibly. Let's go and have a look. Oh, a bit uneven. Right, it's here somewhere. Oh, there she blows. It's a ship halfpenny. Woohoo! 1944. Yep, 1944. I'll have to get that clip off the Hoover boys, look. 1944! Right, on to the next. Oh, look at this, my lovers. I just dug up this bit of oxen shoe, and it's got a bit of a rude shape. He looks a bit limp. Right, on to the next. Right, I got a signal just here, my lovers. Oh, it looks coin shaped. Looks a bit crusty. Let's pop it. Oh, no, it's a button. Well, I've got a big tom back. It's a little bit on my trousers. Yeah, just a top back button. Right. Is there anything on that? No, a lot of schmooze. Right, on to the next. I thought I'd point out, my lovers, that I found this right on the edge of that bank, of that ditch, where I found the thing the other day, the plate. So, you know, I'm going to detect this bank now and have a look here, because obviously when they dug the ditch out, all the stuff that was deep down under the ground that the detector can't get to because it's too deep was all flung onto both sides. So I'm going to check along this bank and see what else I can find. Oh, I finally figured out, my lovers, how to dig really big holes. I had a target way down there, and that's getting on for 2 feet deep. Unfortunately, it was a bit of flat iron, this little bit here. I'll wash it off just to make sure it's just a bit of flat iron. Right down there it was. And I'll show you in a minute when I fill the hole back in. I'll leave that bit of flat iron in there, and I'll show you how I found it. Right, unfortunately, now I've filled the hole in, because the soil is not compacted, it can't see it. It needs to be a bit more compacted, the soil. So what I'll do is I'll do it somewhere else. All that mud will be washed away next time it rains, and we're getting plenty of that lately. Oh, look what I got down here, my lovers. Looks like a coin. Looks a bit toasted. I'll give it a quick rub on my trousers. Right, what can I see? Oh, I can see a harp. Just there. Just about to see a harp. Yeah, so this is going to be a George. Let's give it a bit of a rub. It's a bit toasted this side. I can see a head. I can't tell which way it's facing. Right, I'll get this cleaned up and I'll get back to you. Right, there it is, my lovers. You can see the harp a bit more clearly now. Is it a Hibernia? I can just about see a face. Where's he gone? Ah, just about see a nose there, look. Is that 3 eyes? 1, 2, possibly 3, I don't know. But I think it's going to be something like a George III, I think. Right, on to the next. Oh, look at this, my lovers. I got another one of them big nails. They sometimes call these crucifixion nails, because they can't pull through when you've been nailed to the cross, look. Otherwise, you know, be no use if it pulled through, would it? Got to keep them up there nice and tight. Right, on to the next. Look what I just found, my lovers. That looks a bit weird. It's got like a point. Is this one of these really old forks? The ones that just have like 2 prongs. Right, I'm going to give it a bit of a clean up. And I'll get back to you. Here you go, my lovers. I think it might be. That might be where the handle was. And it's some sort of really old eating implement. Because forks only used to have 2 prongs years ago. So I think it might be a really old fork. Of course, someone will probably tell me it's just a bit of rubbish. A bit of scrap. But interesting, nevertheless. Yep, and I'm digging right on the edge of a ditch. I'll show you. There's the ditch, my lovers. Running off that way. And it runs off that way, but it's a bit more difficult to see. So yeah, an old ditch right on the edge. That's the places to look. I found some nice things lately on the edges of ditches. Right, on to the next. Right, this is this deep signal I've been told you about earlier. And this is how you find a nice target deep underground. I've stumbled across this, so I don't know if it's in any books or explains it anywhere. So we got a signal, but it's not giving us any colour. Well, not much. So we know it's there. So if we put the pinpointer in, it's giving us a little bit of colour in the right sort of place. But what you do is if you pull the pinpointer in, so you get a continuous tone, and then you start pumping the coil. There we go. Well, that's not a perfect signal, because a perfect one would be right inside the crosshairs. This is a little bit outside the crosshairs, but seeing as it's on the edge of the drainage ditch, I think I'll dig it anyway. Right, here we go. Right, I got the clock out, and now let's see if we can find it. Oh, it's not on. That might help. Oh, it's in a small place. It's looking good. I thought they said it was going to be really nice, the weather today. It's freezing. Oh, I've hit something. I hit something hard. Oh, there it is. I think it's a nail. Yeah, it's a nail. still. You've got to dig the iffy signals. And it showed it as being a bit long, didn't it, on the screen? And that's why, because it is long. Right, on to the next. Right, I got a signal on here, my lovers, and I think it's a coin. It's in a small place. Oh, there's a rim. Is that a rim? Oh, it's quite thin. Oh, it's a button. Ugh. Yeah, it's a button. That must give me a funny tone for a button. Still, there you go. Oh, it's got a bit of fancy on the back. Looks like it was gold gilt at one point. Right, on to the next. Oh, we've got something down in here, my lovers. Oh, it's quite thin. It's a coppery colour. Right. Right. I'm going to clean this up very carefully. Dry brush it to begin with. See what I can see. But it might be a copper hammered. Right. Right, it's not in the best of conditions, my lovers. I got it the right way up. Ooh, it's drying out. Can't have it drying out. Right, it's not in the best of condition, my lovers. But you can just about see up here some pellets. I think it's a jeton. You've got these like wavy lines going around the middle. Just about see it there. And as it dries out, it's even more difficult to see. And on this side, it's toast. So it's quite small. It's about the size of a penny. You know, English penny, you know, the current one. So it's quite small for a jeton, usually a bit bigger than this. Right, I'm going to go and wet it, see if I can get the, because it brings out the detail a bit better when it's wet. Well, that's better, it's wet. Right. Where's it? I can see myself now. It's too wet. Oh yeah. Just there, you can just about make out some little lines, look, going around there. So it's a jeton. Right, on to the next. Oh, we've got something here, my lovers. It's a funny shape. Ooh, could it be a Roman coin? That's a bit too heavy. Or is it? It's quite heavy. No, I think it's lead. I think it's lead. Not sure. So it bends. No, it's not bending. Right, I'm going to get this cleaned up and I'll get back to you. Right, my lovers. Ah, there we go. If I catch it in the sunlight, you can see something on there. There is something on there. and it's round. Well, part of it's round, and it's really thick. It's not much on this side. Looks a bit like that's the only thing that concerns me. It's not a Roman coin. It's a bit like not right. But this side has definitely got something there. Goes over the edge a bit. So it's possibly a Roman coin. And it's got this sort of curved edge going around there, look. If it is one, it's really badly made. But there's definitely something on there. And I can't see any holes for like if it was a bag seal. There's no holes for a bag seal type thing. You could look at crumbling, look. It's definitely really old. Catch it in the light, you can see these things on there. Right, so possible Roman. I'll have to show my fines liaison officer. Right, on to the next. Oh, look what I got here, my lovers. I think I got something just in here. I think it's a button. Oh yes, super shiny. Oh, look at that. It's gone a bit weird. Oh yeah, shank intact. Right, sun's going down now, and it's getting really, really cold. Horrible. So I've had a pretty good day. Found some artifacts. That fork might be Tudor. Hammered Jetton. And a possible Roman. Not a bad day. Right, on to the next. That's it, me lovers. I'm off down the pub for some jars of ale. Right, didn't do too bad today. Found some nice things. Oh, yeah, I'll be out again in a day or so. I've done 2 days on the trot, so I need a day's rest. So I'll see you next time I come out. Cheers!